All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book of the Bible. All right, so before I start this lesson, I just want to tell you that I'm outside, so you might hear a lot of traffic. Please excuse me for that. It's kind of windy out here, so you might hear a lot of wind. All right, so please excuse me. All right, but let's get into it. All right, let's get into some current news, man. All right, let's watch. All right, so you know what's happening, you know what's going on. You know what time we're living in. All right, we're living in a time where Yahweh Shai is getting ready to crack that sky, man. All right, where Yahweh Shai is going to crack that sky and return with the angels on chariots, man. All right, to save and redeem the elect of the nation of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, and Native Americans, man. That's the time we're living in, man. The time of wars and rumors of wars. Nation rising up against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. All right, the time of death, hell, famine, pestilence, earthquakes. All right, that's the time we're living in, man. All right, the Lord said, look up for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, we're almost out of here. All right, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, I am of the elect. We almost out of here, man. We about to get beamed up into chariots, man. America's about to be destroyed like we've been prophesying. But anyway, let's get it. All right, it says, this is coming from the People's Voice. All right, and the title of this article reads, Palantir calls for U.S. draft to send American kids to fight and die for Israel. All right, so there's a draft coming, man. All right, why is there a draft coming? Because of this third world war. All right, this earth is about to enter into this third world war. The same World War III that the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord have been prophesying, man. All right, the Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. All right, day in and day out, week in and week out, we have been prophesying for years, letting you know that World War III is coming, man. And now it's finally here and you can see it, man. But hey, there's people that is still in gross darkness that they don't even know what time we're living in. They don't even know that we're about to enter into World War III. That's the very great gross darkness, the very great veil that the Heavenly Father, all right, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right, has on the masses of this earth, man. The people of this earth are zombies, man. They have no idea what time they're living in, man. All right, they're worthless eaters, man. All right, but the true wisdom, the true knowledge, all right, and the true understanding has fallen upon the elect of the nation of Israel, the Negro, Latino, Native American men. All right, and you also have the Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under the other nations, looking like the other nations. All right, the other elect that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under these other nations, man, that have this knowledge and wisdom as well. All right, but that's who the true Israelites are, man. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men. All right, the elect of them. All right, the Lord has shed His light upon. All right, and have taken them out of that gross darkness, man. They hear the words of the prophets and receive it, man, and they're sealed. All right, but anyway, let's get back into it. It says, Palantir calls for U.S. draft to send American kids to fight and die for Israel. Yeah, because, that also goes into prophecy. When you read Jeremiah, let's get it. All right, let's get it. When you go to Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, all right, it talks about America's destruction, all right, in this third world war, all right, by nuclear fire, all right. But when you let's get it. When you go to the 45th verse, all right, it talks about, you know, how Israel is going to draw America into this third world war, all right, and that's why you see America now involved in this war with Israel against Iran, because Israel has drawn out America into this war, all right, and it's going to lead into a third world war, all right. This is going to cause Russia to be involved in this war, all right, as well, and to fulfill Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Ezekiel the 38th chapter is at the door, man. All right, but anyway, let's get into it. This is Jeremiah 45. I mean, no, excuse me, not Jeremiah 45. Let me go back. All right, let's get it again. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Excuse me. All right, Jeremiah 50. Verse 45, right? Let's get it. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 45, it reads, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he has taken against Babylon." All right, Babylon, this Babylon is talking about America. All right, the Lord has a counsel against this place, not for this place. The Lord is not for America, man. The Lord is against America. He's against this place, man. All right. "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he has taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he has purpose against the land of the Chaldeans." Yeah, the Lord has a purpose against this land. That purpose is to destroy it, completely eradicate it from off the face of this earth, to completely swallow and engulf this place with nuclear fire. You understand? All right. So again, starting from the top, it says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he has taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he has purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out." The least of the flock is talking about the people who are over there in the land of Israel today. All right. That's talking about the state of Israel. The least of the flock is going to draw America out. All right. "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out." The least of the flock is going to draw Babylon out into this third world war. All right. "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Yeah, so America, all right, and Israel is going to be completely eradicated off the face of this earth. All right. But the land of Israel is going to be built back up again. All right, when the true Israelites return back to the Holy Land, when Yahweh Shai returns and brings them back into the Holy Land. But America is not going to be built back up. America is going to be a desert forever, a wasteland forever. All right, so that's why it says, "Surely the least of the flock," which is Israel, the state of Israel today, all right, "shall draw them out," draw America out to this third world war. "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate." That's where you get the word desolate. That's where you get the word desert from. All right. So it says, "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." So the land of Israel and America is going to be a desert. It's going to become a desert. All right. It's going to be drowned in nuclear fire. The land of Israel and America, Babylon. All right. But Israel is going to be built back up again, because that's the Holy Land. That's the headquarters of the kingdom of heaven. That's the Holy Land. All right, that's the land flowing with milk and honey. It's going to be built back up again. It's going to become a great and flourished land. All right, it's going to be the land flowing with milk and honey, just like Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai promised, man. All right, so we know it's going to get built back up again, because that's the land flowing with milk and honey. But America is not going to be built back up again. It's prophesied that America is going to be a wasteland forever. Right? But anyway, let's go back into this article. All right? Because that's the point I wanted to make. All right? Because it says American kids to fight and die for Israel. That goes into that prophecy that I just read, man. That's the reason why America is in this war, because of Israel. The least of the flock shall draw them out. All right. But let's get into this article more, man. All right. It says the surveillance. All right. And you know, matter of fact, let's just keep reading. All right. And let me say something real quick. You know, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord have been telling you this, man. All right. The prophets have been telling you this, that there's going to be a draft because of this third world war. We've been prophesying World War III unto you day in and day out, week in and week out for years and years and years and years and years, man. You got some prophets that have been prophesying for 5 years. You got prophets that have been prophesying for 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years, man. You know, starting with Apostle Tahar on down. All right, Apostle Tahar been prophesying for 40 years. Gabar, 35, 36 years, you know, about the downfall and the destruction of America in this third world war. You know, you got prophets that come in at different times in this truth, man, you know. But anyway, let's get it. Let's read. It says the surveillance tech lords, it says the surveillance tech overlords, all right, at Palantir aren't calling for national service, all right, to make America stronger. They want to force your children into the military to fuel America's next war for Israel, all right. It says the same Israel, all right, their Zionist executives openly worship and profit from, all right, yeah, because there's money in war. All right, that's why the elite bankers, they create these wars. All wars are bankers' wars. All right, war creates money. All right, and it keeps the elites rich. You know? Anyway, let's keep reading. It says on April 19th, 2026, Palantir dropped its aggressive 22-point manifesto on X. All right, point 6. National service should be a universal duty. We should, as a society, seriously consider moving away from an all-volunteer force and only fight the next war if everyone shares in the risk and the cost. All right, read between the lines. All right, the all-volunteer force is drying up because Americans are sick of the endless Middle East wars. All right, solution. All right, conscript your sons and daughters so the meat grinder never runs out of bodies. All right, that's right, man. All right, because it creates money, man. All right, it says why now? All right, because Palantir's entire empire runs on war. All right, you see, especially wars that benefit Israel. All right, because Israel's always at war, man. All right, because that's the way of Esau Edom. His blessing was the sword. You know, so that's all Esau Edom knows. All right, is destruction, to bring hell and chaos upon this earth. You know. So it says, why now? Because Palantir's entire empire runs on war, especially wars that benefit Israel, you see? All right, it says, here's the equation. The corporate media, all right, won't spell out for you, all right? The more American troops, all right, the more endless Middle East wars, yeah, all right? The more wars for Israel, the more contracts for Palantir, all right? So that's why they calling for a draft, man, because it's money, man. It's all about money, you know, and you people are just pawns and zombies, man, for the elites, for these people that sit in high places, for people that are in the know, man, you know? All right? It says the more wars for Israel, the more contracts for Palantir. The more contracts, the more obscene revenue, you see? All right? It says, and Palantir isn't shy about where its true loyalties lie. CEO Alex Karp, a vocal Zionist, has repeatedly bragged about standing with Israel in every way we can, all right? But we know Israel is about to be destroyed, man. And call her Loyam, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right? Because those damn devils over there need to be destroyed. All right? Pretending to be the Most High's chosen people. Right? Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. We can't wait to see that land get obliterated, man. You know? And we gonna watch it from a bird's eye view. You know, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Right? Come on, man. It says, let's read this real quick. It says the company, because I ain't got a connection right now. All right, so I can't click on the video and it will play. But I'll just read this little bit right here. It says the company supplies its data, analytics, all right, and AI platforms to the Israeli military and government. CARP has confirmed Israel as a client and has held Palantir board meetings in Tel Aviv as a show of solidarity. All right. So it says after October 7th, he didn't hesitate. Palantir took out full page ads declaring Palantir stands with Israel. All right. Flew the entire board to Tel Aviv for a solidarity meeting while rockets were still flying. All right. And signed a strategic partnership with Israel's Ministry of Defense for war-related missions. You got these loud-ass cars out here, man. All right. It says CARP has openly admitted the company lost employees over his hardcore pro-Israel stance. All right. And he doesn't care. He's proud of it. Co-founder Pete Thiel, all right, and the rest of the leadership echoed the same line. Don't forget, this is the man who drank teenage blood, because that's what the elites do, man. All of these people that sit in high places, that's all they do. All right, they worship Satan around the clock, man. All right, that's who Esau Edom worships. All right, Satan, man. All right, that's where they get their power from worshiping Satan. You know? Come on, man. That's all they do, man. The elite bankers and all these billionaires that sit in high places, the kings and leaders of these nations, your politicians, right? Your mayors and governors, right? They're all Freemasons. They're all witches and warlocks and wizards, man. And the Lord is getting ready to bring this man down, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites, man. And all these people trickling down to all these lesser luminaries, right? These billionaires that sit in high places, these kings and prime ministers of nations, right? Come on, man. It says co-founder Peter Thiel and the rest of the leadership echoed the same line. Don't forget, this is the man who drank teenage blood. All right, befriended Jeffrey Epstein and believes AI will usher in the Antichrist. Oh, man. All right, it says these aren't neutral tech executives. They're ideologues, all right, who sees America's military as the enforcement arm for their vision of greater Israel and regional dominance. All right. Well, the current state of Israel is getting ready to be destroyed according to prophecy. All right. Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All right. Come on, man. All right. And all these other nations are going to shoot missiles over there too. All right. Ezekiel the 38th chapter is talking about Russia. All right. Iran. All right. North Africa. All right. Turkey, they're all gonna be with Russia to destroy the land of Israel, man, and America. Come on, dog. All right, let's keep reading. It says now connect the dots. Palantir's AI, all right, platforms are already deeply embedded in Israel's operations in Gaza. Let's read that again. It says Now connect the dots. Palantir's AI platforms are already deeply embedded in Israel's operations. In Gaza, all right, their systems help build kill lists, all right, optimize targeting, track civilians, and aid convoys in what critics call an open-air digital prison, all right? Their systems help build kill lists, optimize targeting, track civilians, and aid convoys in what critics call an open-air digital prison. Real-time data confusion, all right, predictive analytics, drone integration, all tested and refined on the people of Gaza. All right, this man's the damn devil, man. All right, the same tools that turn entire neighborhoods into free fire zones, right? It says, and Palantir wants your children drafted to fight the next round, right? It's all about money, man. All right, that's all it is, man. All right, that's why people get locked up and arrested for petty things, man. Jaywalking, just so they could bring money out of you, man. Come on, dog. Right? Everything's all about money, man. Right? They won't lock you up unless, you know, you either have a choice to get locked up or pay a fine. Right? And most people are going to get what? They're going to pay that fine. Because they don't want to get locked up. Because they know the people want to pay that fine. It's all about bread, bro. Come on, man. All right? You know, the scriptures talk about how Esau, you know, he just keeps wanting more and more and more. It says, why the sudden push for compulsory service now? Because an all-volunteer force is hitting recruitment walls. Young Americans are waking up. They're not eager to die in another forever war in the Middle East. But if you make service mandatory, you get an endless supply of fresh bodies to send into the meat grinder while Palantir software rides along on every helmet cam, every drone strike, every precision operation. That's right, man. Just money, bro. All right. The more boots on the ground defending Israel, the more upgrades, integration, and billion-dollar contracts flow back to Palantir's coffers, you see? All right? And they talking about a ground invasion in Iran. Just for Israel, man. Right? Come on, man. All right? It says it's not patriotism. It's a business model that runs on American blood, all right, and Israeli strategic goals. One more thing that should terrify you, all right, the dystopian surveillance tools they've beta tested overseas, mass tracking, predictive unrest detection, all right, AI power control grids, all right, are already coming home. Yup. All right, they ran the civil unrest playbook in the UK riots. All right, they're embedded with ICE, yup, police departments and federal agencies here. All right, Gaza was the laboratory, all right, America is next. All right, and all that stuff is already here, bro. All right, they've been setting it up. All right, and they're just about fully prepared, man. All right, to bring great wrath upon you Jakes and upon the men of the Lord. All right. It says this isn't a company building better software. This is your emerging digital prison. All right. This is your emerging digital prison. All right. Designed by pro-Israel hawks who profit when America fights their wars. Yeah, because they control everything, man. The elite bankers. They have all these nations in their hands, man. You know? So, you know, this is an article, you know, I just wanted to bring to you, man. All right, to let you know what's going on, to let you know what's happening, so you're not living under a rock, so you know what time we're living in, man. We're watching, man. We're sitting upon our tower, man. You know, we're sitting upon the tower. You know? We're bringing this news to you, reporting it to you, so you know what's going on, man. This is the time we're living in, man. All right, this third world war is about to pop off. That's why you got talks about a draft all the time, man. And we've been prophesying of this third world war. We've been telling you, man. And the prophets been telling you too, man, that a draft is coming. They've been telling you that for years, man. And now you finally see it. But like the scriptures say, then shall they know a prophet has been among them, man. And now people are actually seeing who the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are. The true prophets and the true servants of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai are, man. Because you got people walking up to the camps now, man, talking about you guys were right the whole time. Yeah, man. You thought we was bugging, huh? Right? At first you thought you was crazy, man, but now everybody getting with it, man. Everybody's waking up to these damn devils, man. We've been telling you that they're the devil. You know? But anyway, Lord willing, all right, Lord willing, all right, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, this lesson is or was edifying, man, for real. All right, we do all things unto edifying, you know. Hopefully, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, this is edifying, you know. Letting you know what's popping on, what's going on. All right, because listen, man, nuclear missiles are about to fly off very soon, like the scriptures say. From one end to the earth, even unto the other. Matter of fact, let me bring that out real quick. All right, let's bring that out real quick. All right. The scriptures say that the missiles are gonna fly from one end to the earth to the other, right? So this is Ezekiel. I mean, not Ezekiel. 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss." Those arrows are talking about missiles, ICBM missiles. All right. It says, "and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." All right. And that's how you know it's not actually talking about actual arrows. Because the arrow, a literal arrow, you can't shoot an arrow from one end to the earth to the other. Those are talking about missiles. That's why they're called ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Because they fly from one continent to the other, from one end to the earth to the other. All right. So it says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." All right. That's 2nd Ezra 16 and 13, man. All right. So I'll leave it like that, man. All right. Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, this lesson is or was edifying. All right. Until the next one, call Halalyum, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Quitash. I pray. All right. Until the next one, Shalom.